Hello boys, good morning. All the boys of English versions 8 are welcome to this online class on behalf of St. Gregory's High School and College. Today I'd like to talk about Aqiqa. Aqiqa is an important part of Islam and it is one of the most important sunnah of Rasulullah and it is also useful and helpful for our life. First of all, we are going to talk about the introduction to Aqiqa or the concept of Aqiqa. Aqiqa is an Arabic word. The meaning of this word is to break, to cut off, etc. So we need to write down both of these words from here. First one is to break, second one is to cut off. So Aqiqa has two meanings: to break, to cut off. Now, according to Islamic parlance and Islamic terminology, Aqiqa is a religious ceremony in which a halal domestic animal is sacrificed for the welfare of a baby on the seventh day of the baby's birth in the name of Allah the Gracious. So here some specific purpose of Aqiqa. First one is it's a religious ceremony. Second one is we need to sacrifice halal domestic animal for of a baby, welfare of a baby and sacrificing Allah the Exalted. This too is very much important regarding Aqiqa, and that's why we need to follow some rules also in this regard. Very beginning, we need to choose a halal domestic animal. No wild animal is granted for Aqiqa. It is a sunnah to perform Aqiqa. We have already mentioned Aqiqa is sunnah. This custom brings Allah's blessings or rahmat and removes the ominous dangers and misfortunes of children. So the parents must perform Aqiqa in the name of their infants at the right time. The Holy Hadith says, each newborn child is affiliated with Aqiqa. On the seventh day of the child's birth, an animal has to be sacrificed in his or her name. The day the baby is to be named and his or her head is to be shaped. Nasai. So we know Nasai is one of the Sahih Hadiths and it has come out from Siha Sitta, Siha Hun Sittahun, Siha Sitta. I mean, hadiths from Sahih Hadiths or pure Hadith. This system of Aqiqa was carried out even before the birth of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He carried on the custom with the kind permission of Allah the Omniscient. The greatest Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself has executed Aqiqa and encouraged others to do so. One can perform one's own Aqiqa by oneself if the parents have not done it before. After becoming the Prophet, Allah's Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam carried out his own Aqiqa by himself. It is mustahab to perform Aqiqa on the seventh day of baby's birth. If not done, or if it is impossible on the seventh day, it can be done on the 14th or 21st day on each subsequent seventh day. To the parents, children are the dearest. It is better to carry out the following four activities on the seventh day of baby's birth. These four important tasks is these four important tasks are to name the baby in accordance with Islamic Sharia, to name the baby in accordance with the Islamic Sharia, to shape the baby's head, to donate gold or silver equal to the weight of the hair of the baby's head, to perform Aqiqah. Rules of performing Aqiqah. Every lawful act of Muslim is an ibadat. So in this regard, we can say Aqiqah is also ibadat, or also it's counted as a worship. There are distinct principles for performing ibadat. If the act is carried out by rules, we will surely attain the complacency of Allah, or the satisfaction of Allah, the Most High, or the benevolent. The same way to perform Aqiqah is an ibadat as well, and there are some principles for performing it. In this regard, Rasulullah asserts it is adequate to sacrifice two goats for a male child and one goat for a female child. Nasai. So this second hadith also has come from Nasai, or has been quoted from Nasai. And here it is, Prophet ﷺ narrated the rule of Aqiqah. I mean, how many goats or the domestic animal will be taken for baby boy and girl. So we have come to know here two goats for a male child and only one goat for a female child. Two goats or lambs in the case of a male child and one in the case of female child are to be sacrificed for Aqiqah, or for a male child two shares, and for a female child one share taken in a cow or Qurbani will do it. For Qurbani will do it. Actually, we know Aqiqah also may be performed with the animal of Qurbani, uh, as taking a share. So it is also approved by Islam. If anyone is unable to execute Aqiqah or perform Aqiqah with a goat or with two goats, He can also take a share also from, you know, the animal of Qurbani, and it is very much important for a Muslim. So, boys, here your work is to write down and memorizing the fourth important task of Aqiqa on the seventh day of the baby's birth, and rule of performing Aqiqa. You need to memorize the rule of performing Aqiqa, and you need to write down also on your script the rules of performing Aqiqa. So in the next class we shall see again. Till then, remain well. Thanks very much for joining the class.